Krishna. So today is, I believe, day 4 of Purushottam month. We are going to recite the chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita, entitled Yoga of the Supreme Personality. Yeah, Yoga of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or Purushottam Yoga. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha ऊर्ध्वं मूलं मधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवेत् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतस्तस्य शाखा गुणा प्रवृद्धा विषया प्रबाला अधश्च मूलानि अनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके नारूपमस्य तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरुद्धमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा तथा पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूया तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यथा प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. Maybe all of you can do 4 verses each. Anyone wants to go next?
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada.
Okay. Yes, Ruby Mataji. And Preeti Mataji then. Anik.
निर्माणमोह चितसङ्गदोष अध्यात्मनित्या विनिर्भता कामः द्वन्द्वे विर्मुक्ता सुखदुःख संयोर गच्छन्ति अमूढा पदम् अभयं तत् नातद् भासयते सूर्यो नातद्भासयते सूर्यो नासंसाको न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निर्वर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैवंशो जीवलोक जीवभूत सनातनः मनः संस्थानि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति. Shall I continue, Prabhuji?
Yeah, 4. So 8 is.
Okay. Sariram yad avapnati yachapi utkarmatisvaraha grihi vaitani samayati vayurgandham ivasyat. Thank you.
Next. Preeti Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Shrotram chakshushu sparshanam cha rasanam grahanam eva cha adhisthaya manashayam vishayan upasevate utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam vagunanvitam vimudha nanupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshusha yatanto yoginaschainam pashyante atmane avasthitam yatanto apya akratmano nainam pashyante achetasa yad aditya gatam tejo jagad bhashyate akhilam yat chandramsi yat chagno tat tejo vidhimamakam. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Vika Mataji, you want to do?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Prabhuji, sorry. Gam avisya cha bhutani dharayami aham ojasa pushnami cha sudhi sarva somo bhutva rasatmaka अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहम् आश्रिता प्राणापानसमयुक्तः पच्छामि अन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मतास्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद् एव चाहम् द्वयमु पुरुषो लोके सरश्चक्षुर एव च सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते. One more Prabhuji or
साधना भक्ति माता जी आप करना पढ़ना चाहते हैं? हिंदी में करो. 17 से पढ़ना चाहते हैं मम्मी? उत्तमा पुरुषस्तमन्या परमात्मेति उदाहृता यो लोकोत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्ति अव्यय ईश्वरा यस्माक्षरम् अतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमा अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथिता पुरुषोत्तमा यो मामेवम् असम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदम् उक्तं मया नघ एतद् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत. ॐ तत्सत्. श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we will recite the 2 verses for the Purushottam month as well. Anyone wants to recite these 2? Yes, Viti Mataji.
गोवर्धनधरं वन्दे गोपालं गोपरूपिणं गोकुलत्समे ईशानं गोविन्दं गोपिकाप्रियम् वन्दे नवघनश्याम द्विभुजं मुरलीधरं पीताम्बरधरं देवं शरदं पुरुषोत्तमम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. So you can try to memorize these 2 verses. And of course, chapter 15 we are studying here. We put some pictures also we were talking about yesterday about the banyan tree, the upside down banyan tree. In text 15.1 we covered 15.2. So today we will do 15.3 and 4 together. So let's study those. Who wants to recite these 2? Okay, study. Anyone wants to recite the verse?
If no one, then I can.
Okay.
can I do it, Prabhuji?
Okay,
Yes.
Rekha Mataji, please.
न रूपम् अस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च समप्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थम् एनं सुविरुद्धमूलम् असङ्गशास्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा तथा पादं तथा परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूय तम एव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपत्ति यथा प्रवर्तित प्रशस्त पुराणी.
But these two verses, na, that Sarvasya Chaham meter will flow better.
Okay.
Charupamasya tatopalabhyate sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtam.
Okay.
So that will flow better. Thank you. That's very nicely you recited. Maybe if someone can read the translation.
I can read, Prabhu. Translation: the real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to that Supreme Personality of Godhead from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. Do you want me to read the purport?
Okay, you can read one paragraph.
Okay. It is now clearly stated that the real form of the banyan tree cannot be understood in this material world. Since the roots is upwards, the extension of the real tree is at the other end. When entangled with the material expansion of the tree, one cannot see how far the tree extends, nor can one see the beginning of this tree. Yet one has to find out the cause. I am the son of my father is the son of such and such a person, etc. By searching in this way, one comes to Brahma, who is generated by Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Finally, in this way, when one reaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the end of research work. One has to search out that origin of this tree, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, through the association of persons who are in knowledge of that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then, by understanding, one becomes gradually detached from this false reflection of reality, and by knowledge, one can cut off the connection and actually become situated in the real tree.
Ruby Mataji, you want to read this paragraph?
Sure, Prabhuji. The word asanga is very important in this connection because the attachment for sense enjoyment and lording it over the material nature is very strong. Therefore, therefore, one must learn detachment by discussion of spiritual science based on authoritative scriptures. And one must hear from the person who are actually in knowledge. As a result of such discussion in the association of devotees, one comes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then the first thing one must do is surrender to Him. The description of that place, whence having gone, one never returns to this false reflected tree, is given here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the original root from whom everything has emanated. To gain the favor of that personality of Godhead, one has only to surrender. And this is a result of performing devotional service by hearing, chanting, etc. He is the cause of the extension of the material world. This has already been explained by the Lord Himself. Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. I am the origin of everything. Therefore, to get out of the entanglement of this strong banyan tree of material life, one must surrender to Krishna. As soon as one surrenders to Krishna, one becomes detached automatically from this material extension. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
So, seconds to open something. Okay. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it starts, where it ends, where it's the foundation. But with determination, one must cut down the strongly rooted tree. How? With detachment, the weapon of detachment, asanga, shastra. Therefore, one must seek that place. Having gone, referring to spiritual world, one never returns. And that's in the next verse, Yad Gatvan Anivartant. And surrender to the Supreme Lord, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. Let's see if you can figure out most of the words here. Na rupam asya tathopalabhyate. Any what does this mean?
This rupa means form
Okay. Na
and
means.
na means no, right? Or is it also? I don't know. I forgot.
Na means not, yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of na here. Na anta, there's no end. Na adi, na cha adi. Nor there is adi. Adi means
Beginning.
beginning. So it's referring to the banyan tree. It's very hard to understand. What else? Ashwatham means what?
Banyan tree.
Banyan tree. Mula,
Root.
Roots.
root. So this tree, asya, referring to is istrika, right? Upalabhyate. So basically, the real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. That's the meaning. The na rupam asya iha istrika in this world iha tatha upalabhyate. We cannot really perceive in this world, nor the beginning, nor the end. Some pratishtha, foundation, कहाँ उसको स्थापित किया है? Where is the foundation or where the विरुद्ध मूला, विरूढ़ मूला, strongly, बहुत strongly rooted है. Now, what is to be done? Krishna says, asanga shastrena. What does asanga shastrena mean here?
Association.
Weapon of detachment.
Yes, sanga means attachment here, and asanga means attachment. Dridena.
Determination.
Chitva.
Cut. Yeah.
Yes. So that's text number 3. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam. Yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyah. What does that mean? So, yes, try.
Means go, never come back when we go. Yeah, when we go there, so there is no return back.
You have to go upwards, that marga, that spiritual world, where yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya. Let's see this again. Thereafter, padam, situation, tat parimargitavyam. One has to search out that topmost destination. Yasmin gata. One has to look for what is my real destination. Everyone wants better destination, better job, better city, better facilities. But what is our real destination? That yata yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya, never come back again. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Yata pravritti prasrita purani. Tam eva chadyam. You are the original person. Purusham, Purushottama, right? He is the supreme person. Who is that? Tameva. To him, to that supreme person, who is the Adi. Prabhupada mentions here also, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. Which verse is that in the Gita?
Is it
Bhagavad Gita
10.8?
Chaturshloki.
10.8. Yes, very famous verse. He is the source of everything. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. What's next?
Matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvita.
Very nice. 10.8, Chatushloki. So he's the source. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. Prapadye means surrender. Prapadye. We have to take complete surrender. To whom? To that Purusha, who is the Adi, who is the Purani, he is the Adi Purusha. Pravrita, Prasrita, Purani. From whom everything begins. Does it help now? Na rupam asyaha, this tree, na we cannot perceive, na palabhyate. There is no anta, there is no adi, there is no foundation, or it's hard to perceive. This ashwattham, this banyan tree, viruddha moolam, very hard, very difficult. But Krishna says with determination, with detachment, with practice, with knowledge, one has to learn to cut this strongly rooted attachment with the weapon of detachment. And do what? Not just cut a branch and then be like hanging in the middle. No, one must search that path, that marga, where once one goes, yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya, वापस नहीं आना. Right? One way ticket. Tam eva chadyam. And what is that? How can we get that marga? What is that? Who is that source? Prabhupada says one person has father, his father, his father, his father. Who is that Adi? Tameva Chadyam. He is Krishna. One has to look for that Adi. Purusham Prapaddi and take full shelter, surrender. Who is the original? Who is the Adi? Who is the cause of everything? So let's see. What do we recollect from here? What are some key points we recollect?
Determination
Determination
and
to cut
to cut down the tree, with detachment
weapon of
and
detachment.
surrender. Weapon of detachment and surrender.
Asanga Shastrina. So try to recollect the Sanskrit words also. That will be easy to memorize and then recite. Asanga Shastrina, Dridena Chitva. Weapon of detachment. Very nice. And you said surrender.
Yes.
Surrender, or basically Prapadye. Mamivya Prapadyate Mayamitam Tarantite. You can connect that. Which verse is that? You know this word, right? Prapadye.
I don't remember.
So
Devi
7.14.
Eshi. Yeah, Devi Eshi
Devi
Devi
Shagunamaya
Eshi Bune
Mamamaya
Mamaya Durate. Mami e prapadyante Mayamitam Tarantite.
Tarantite. Okay.
So now this helps. You see this word. This is a very interesting exercise to help connect different verses. So that Prapadye is coming here. Devotional service, basically. Surrender to Krishna. What else you remember from this verse?
The material world is the upside down banyan tree. So in the beginning it is mentioned.
Yes, that's there, but that is already covered in 115.1 and 2. Here more finer details are mentioned.
I would go with the knowledge
Hard to
because
conceive or perceive, right? Narupam asya, right? It's hard to conceive this form of this tree, right? Na adi, or origin, right? Na anta. Okay, what else? Yes, Rupriti Mataji, you were saying something.
I was saying that, Prabhu, when we are in the knowledge, so knowledge is a weapon. In that knowledge, we understand that this is a false reality. And by that knowledge, actually cut off that connection. So Prabhupada writes that by the knowledge, one can cut off the connection. And that knowledge which comes with the association, those who are in the knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, yes. I mean, through the light of knowledge, one can understand that what is real and what is false. Like we have an example that when in the dark place, we can consider a rope to be a snake.
Hmm.
So when the light opens, when the we can see things clearly, then we can distinguish, okay, this is a rope, not the snake, right? So the light of the knowledge is important to cut off this connection, to become detached.
Yes. So Prabhupada used this word 3 times here: knowledge, 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 understanding, realization. Very nice. Yes, Ruby Mataji, any other things you wish?
Surrender, Prabhuji.
Huh?
Surrender. Surrender to
Surrender,
the
yeah, we
Supreme.
already wrote, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Prapadye, devotional service. Even from the purport, if whatever you recollect. So,
And Krishna is the original root. So,
hmm. So try to search, right, like for the original
root.
root or father here. Prabhupada gives the example, right? Who's our father, his father, who is the origin, who is the real Adi. That is, tas parimargitavyam, one should search. Search for what? Search for the path or the destination. No return back. So basically, one should go back to Godhead. One way. So Prabhupada gives this example. One must find out the cause. So basically, eagerness, curiosity, hunger. There should be hunger. Because we cannot perceive, nor but how can we learn? Not through our direct sense perception, but through the authoritative scriptures. By searching in this way, one comes to Brahma and then to Lord Vishnu. Finally, one reaches to the Supreme Lord in his research work. But of course, research work is complex. One has to search out through Sangha, association. Basically, devotees, Guru, association of persons who are in the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. So basically, take Sangha of devotees. That will help us to understand real knowledge or science of bhakti. Without devotees, we don't do Shravanam Kirtanam.
So, Prabhu, one thing which I get it from this one, Prabhupada is saying that no, if we search, if we try to search that, oh, he's my father and he's the father of such and such person, so ultimately you will go with the Brahma, who is generated from the Vishnu. But of course, even Brahma also says that, right? How it starts. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karan Karanam. How it starts, I forget it. But the thing is that this is a like, we see that when how can we see there are three ways to see the truth, pramana, shabda, and anuman, right? So anuman we cannot, praman is, so shabda is like, that is our scripture, right? It says that scripture is saying he is your father, like a mother can tell you who is the father. So scripture is our mother and he's telling that, okay, this is our Krishna is my father. So why we wasting our time to search that, oh, this is my father, or he's my father, or he's my, so that, keep repeating from one branch to another, that to search in search of that. But when we full, put our full faith in the scripture, and especially as you are saying, especially to those who have this knowledge about this scripture, and when we place our faith in them and when we hear from them, then the same, the same knowledge, and with that knowledge, and of course with that determination, we can cut out this false and true identity of this material world, and true identity is the spiritual world, right?
There you go. Very nice. Was it a reflection, right?
Yes, yes, Prabhu, in that one.
Very nice.
So I mean, that's how I take him. That's my understanding on that one. I mean, I'm just thinking on that. Mhm.
Very nice. Okay, I think we covered all the important points. Basically, now you see the transition is happening in this verse. You didn't notice that text 3 was more about the tree, but text 4 is more about how to get out and where to go. And then from next verse, Krishna is going to talk about the spiritual world. So did you notice the transition? I hope you noticed that. So a lot of important points here in text 3 and 4 we had today. The goal is to learn from devotees. We get knowledge. We develop detachment from this illusory, um, you know, Maya, material energy, jumping from one branch to the other. We understand it's hard, but it's doable through Guru Sadhu Shastra. Guru Sadhu Shastra, Chitete Koriyakya. And then we can cut. It's very hard, but still possible by taking to devotional service, taking shelter of holy name, etc. One last time, let's try to memorize or recite. Na rupamasya tathopalabhyate nanto na chade na cha sampratishtha अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरुद्धमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा तथा पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूय तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. Did you notice difference before understanding and before reading translation purport and going deeper and after? Did anyone notice a difference in our
Yes,
reading,
Prabhuji.
in our understanding, in how the words start to click?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we'll pause here for the day. Thank you so much. Happy Purushottam month. Grantraj Bhagavad Puran ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.